Let's look at the stories, front back page of the newspapers. We start with the Daily Graphic. It has on the front page, fight against corruption. It's a partnership of the willing, but I've never also taken a bribe. John Mahama there, interacting with David Cameron. I'm hoping that David doesn't go and stand with the Queen and says that I interacted with him. I know he's gonna... ICU Cocoa Board workers clash over Dr. Opuni. And then you have herbalist shot dead. Back page, government expresses concern over slow pace of work on Wideba water project. And then down there we have Environment Ministry, IITA sign agreement to promote research into tropical crops. The IITA is the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, IITA.
Let's do the Ghanaian Times newspaper next. Wamco PSC hits by demos. German held for fraud. Ex-teacher defrauds bank with fake ID. 3 NPP members die in accident. So let's touch on this German who's been held for fraud, which the story is on page 3 inside the Ghanaian Times newspaper, and says that a German national has been arrested by the police in East Legon in Accra for allegedly defrauding 6 people of thousands of Ghana cedis. Michael Punk, 51, who has been in Ghana for the past 13 years, was arrested at a hotel at East Legon in an attempt to dupe some victims. 2 other accomplices, a Ghanaian identified as Francis and an Indian, are on the run and are being sought by the police. The suspect, who is said to be married to a Ghanaian with 2 children, is reported to be part of a syndicate which has been defrauding unsuspected people. And the modus operandi is that they call victims on the phone and tell them that their company needs someone to supply them pipe sealants. So it will tell you, the story will continue to tell you how they do that. But these are the pipes that they're talking about, which is captured here. So the suspects, after his arrests, and they got some of these sealants that they're talking about. I'm not sure exactly what it's used for, but it's captured here in the paper. Details of that story is in the Ghanaian Times newspaper. There's also the story here that says Afoko accused of fabricating minutes. Counsel for the NPP Godfred Yeboah Dame has accused Paul Afoko, the party's former national chairman, of fabricating minutes of the party's meeting. He made the allegation during cross-examination of Mr. Afoko, who is challenging his suspension as a national chairman at an Accra Human Rights Court yesterday. According to Mr. Dame, minutes of a purported meeting which led to the swearing-in of disciplinary committee members who later suspended him, Afoko, was fabricated. A lot more details even with this particular story. Let's end sadly with this accident taking the lives of some 3 NPP members, and it says that 3 people said to belong to the campaign team of the New Patriotic Party's aspiring member of parliament for Setre Afram Plains in the Ashanti region have died in an accident. One of the deceased has been identified as Nana Boachi, the campaign manager of the aspiring MP, while the 2 others are said to be students of Cheniboa Kodua Senior High School. A lot more details when you continue to read the rest of the stories. All right, that's it for the Ghanaian Times, but there are a lot of interesting stories in the paper that you can read. Roland?
Front page of the Daily Guide is the story about the president in the UK.
I've never taken bribe.
In the UK.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I've never taken bribe. I'm in London.
Have you ever taken a bribe?
As a journalist or as an individual?
As Roland Walker?
No. Corruption at Cocoa Board. Opuni must go. Bullets land at Tema Port. And you go to the center spread, as I always do. News 1 pullouts has my twins' dad is not Ghanaian, Nadia Buhari, and man grabbed shipping guns to Ghana. And a 30-year-old Ghanaian, Richmond Akotuata, has been arrested in the United States in a standing trial after investigation established that he was exporting large quantities of weapons and ammunition to Ghana through illegal means. So could Dembe 85 years. Anna, 20 years. What? Boy, pa.
Can I do the Weekend Finder?
Charlie, do.
All right, front page of the Weekend Finder. More Ghanaians opt for cremation. Interesting story on page 2. I'll read a bit of it for you. It's Muslim group backs Dr. Bawumia. These are the front page headline in the Weekend Finder newspaper today. But my interest really on this death story. Disposal of death. Disposal of mortal remains is an ancient phenomenon. However, the way and manner in which dead bodies are disposed of differ from country to country and is also influenced by traditions and beliefs. Some methods of disposal include earth burial or interment, cremation or consumption by fire, conservation or embalming, exposure to the open air, water burial, and animal consumption. In Ghana, earth burial, which is the practice of enclosing a corpse in a casket or coffin and placing it in a grave 6 feet deep together with attendant ceremonies, is the most popular. And Roland is looking at me like, why is she reading this story?
I'm having a lot of thoughts whether cremation should be the best option.
So it says that
if I'm rich enough, I'll put it in my will.
With time, however, that popular practice appears to fast giving way to new phenomena.
How much does it cost to cremate? Did they put it there?
By Weekend Finder indicates that cremation is the new burial of choice. Is that method of disposal of the dead by the rapid combustion? Is that it?
Combustion
of the corpse to ashes. The whole corpse thereafter is reduced to ash, which may be subsequently buried, stored, kept in the house, or disposed of in other ways. So there you have it. It looks like that's what Ghanaians.
You know, in our part of the world,
the picture front page tells you.
In our part of the world, it's not that big. We don't do it often because we've seen that as a practice in Asia, especially where many of them are Buddhists, Hindus, and the other, sects. But I think it's
discussion on.
Yeah, but it catches on a lot in the community of Freemasons. Yeah, they like it, But I think cremation is something I would opt for. But I don't know whether my pastor. I don't know whether my pastor will consider it Christian enough.
Has it got like implications? Is your body useless after death?
I just feel that it's just a means
soul can get into the body.
Not really.
So if it's totally destroyed in that sense,
I think that we need to discuss this on the show sometime. Especially on a Friday. Friday is when we do the wakekeeping, so why not? And let's wait. The burials usually take place the first week of the month. The first week of the month, or the second week of the month. They never put, or even the last week of the month. They never put burials in I think the middle of the month or the third week.
Well, it depends on where you come
from.
It depends on the area.
No, because then people are broke. No, it's not
really?
And I know that in many of the areas, like in the Kwogu areas, sometimes they put it for the funerals together. In some communities.
Yeah, in some communities.
They put it together. You have 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I've experienced that once, and I was so surprised. That was the first time ever.
But that's amazing.
Is it?
I think so.
Like they put different families together.
Yeah.
And the ground is one.
Yes. That's
and
amazing.
they only put like banners, so you know that this.
You know what I love about that? It means that if I don't have a lot of people coming to my funeral, I won't be worried. Because I don't go for pedom.
No. But it's not easy. The reason they want the dome is because of in somebody. So if the people are not your crowd, but the place is full, the people who will come and donate would still be very small.
People do funeral because they want people to come and donate?
Yeah. That's Charlie, you don't know. That's the whole idea, man.
Well, the Daily Dispatch has the story, 2016 presidential debate, NCC to organize them, and then you have an insert of a story they published about John Dramani Mahama, the president, daring Akufo-Addo to a debate. Back page, Indum is PPP's flag bearer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's this conversation about the NCCE saying that they want to organize. They don't call it a debate. I mean, they say it's a dialogue. And I've been following people who say NCCE should concentrate on electoral education.
But is that not part of electoral education?
Well. Okay, but some people say the basic things because there are a lot of people who still don't know how to vote, so they destroy their they destroy
The
their
ballot
votes.
papers.
They destroy the papers. So we have a lot of ballots that are not counted. Why don't you teach people to do the right thing instead of concentrate the resources that you have, which is usually very small, by the way, on a presidential dialogue? It's interesting. Is it the IEA or the NCCE?
The thing is, if we have a dialogue among the presidential candidates, it will deepen the information and the discussions, and then people would not be, for want of a better word, lacking any mindset when they have to make a choice. Then we'll get to know what each candidate is saying. That is, if the things they say matter at all in the choice as to who they want to become the president of the republic. I mean, that's where I will take it from.
But in Ghana, by the time these debates are held,
people have made up their mind.
Are people still thinking, who am I going to vote for? Or people know who they're going to vote for already? In other words, do we have a good number of people who vote based on the responses that the presidential candidate give at these debates or dialogue sessions? I think we have to find a way of measuring. That's when we will know the importance.
When you talk to, for example, Porter Benefson, he usually would say, there are things about core supporters who are on both sides of the divide, who will vote for no matter what happens in the economy. Yes, those people
are there.
Then there are subjects of the economy, regionalism, ethnic, and then also the way the person looks.
Yeah.
Whether the person is nice, tall or short, fair or dark, or the physical attributes do also count.
But I think
and those variables have been researched on, and then we've made some conclusions.
So those who do these debates should also invest in, like the way you're watching the international media when they have debates in America, when they have those kind of things. Afterwards, you would see that they say, "Oh, this person was here at this level, but after the debates, he's shot up. His popularity is shot up
in terms of the poll ratings."
Exactly, and they've got some kind of research to back it.
Yeah,
so you know that you're leading in Florida, you're leading here. After the debates, that kind of thing. That's what we need in Ghana.
In Ghana, Akufo-Addo will always be leading in Ashanti region.
If we're just
Your mama will always be leading in the Volta region. That's the point.
No, I get it, but if we're just doing the debate for debate's sake, really, are people deciding based on what's happening?
But it's also, we need to increase our literacy levels.
Yeah.
When we do that, I think then democracy will be more interesting.
Let's end with the Business and Financial Times newspaper front page. VRA's coal plant to start April 2017, 400 exploration licenses sold. What does it mean? You can read the story. Inflation uncertainty heralds MPC meeting. Back page, IMF passes government to issue next Eurobond, even as the fund worries over mounting debts. Farmers introduced to new vegetable varieties. These are some of the headlines in the Business and Financial Times newspaper. I've got your messages, but Roland will do the online poll.
Okay, let's look at myjoyonline.com. We have, can the Electoral Commission deliver a clean election to Ghana in 2016? Another opinionated article there. So please just make sure you log on to the page. Brazil's new leader, Temer, calls for trust. Brazil's new interim president, Michel Temer, has addressed the nation after the Senate voted to back the impeachment trial of Dilma Rousseff.
Charlie, that lady is so pretty. I didn't think it would come to this level, but I'm still wondering, why didn't she resign? Yeah, but some people say that the Senate is more corrupt than the person that they put on the side.
Yes,
they are starting an impeachment trial. Yeah.
Multimedia's Kojo Yankson, Manasseh Azure Awane in the 100 most influential Ghanaians list 2015, compiled by ETV, I believe. It's led by Dr. Mensa Otabil of the International Central Gospel Church.
He's the most influential person in Ghana.
I love him. I think I love him.
Okay.
I love him as much as I can. Yeah, he's good. Joy Sports Euro Movement. Portugal's Euro 2000 semi-final exit by France. A great game that has become a classic. Relive it. I watched it. It was terrible. Heartbreaking. We already,
depending on which of the
we already know
you belong.
We already know. Okay, we already know France will repeat that feat of 1998 when they won the first World Cup by winning the Euros. It was heartbreaking. Yeah, that's okay. Kofi Adams concerns over presidential debates not well informed, according to the IEA's executive director. We'll see how that goes. Next story, and then Superbets blame hackers for 127,000 Ghana cedi record betting wins. Okay. I think more people should keep winning, and then the gaming sports industry will collapse. I think that's best.
You're wicked.
Yeah, bleaching will give you cancer. Professor Daly tells Bukombanku. Bukombanku is now looking good.
God, I mean the cancer, hello, whatever.
He's looking light.
I don't care.
He's looking light skin. I think I need to go and bleach. I want to look like Michael Jackson.
All right,
I've never taken a bribe before, Mahama. Okay.
All right, let me read some messages. Roland, you look scintillating and enchanting in your outfit this morning. That's a message.
Who is that? Is that from a woman?
WhatsApp.
Good.
No name.
It's not from a man.
No name. What if it was from a man?
No, but what would that be? Look at the words: scintillating and enchanting. That's all for women. I used when I used to read.
Enjoy. Just say thank you.
Mills and Boom.
Just
have you read Mills and Boom?
Just say thank you. You're being rude.
To who? Man or woman?
This one says, good morning.
If it's a woman,
Mama, I watch AM show every day. These days, you don't read my messages.
Oh, we're reading it
JM
now.
has never taken bribe with a question mark. Love mark Adudi. Papa say, well, I didn't get my tap quite on time. But right now we have to make way for sports. So, we have to come back and read your messages later. Stay with us.